Guys, just kind of recapping last week, it seemed like forever that we had played a game, and I just can't tell you how our guys, I just felt, came out with the right mindset, the right attitude. They played the game, they didn't worry about what was going on other than really focusing on trying to win that play. And, much was made, obviously, of JD coming out and playing, which, as I said all week, I had no idea, and yet I wouldn't bet against the guy. And yet, here's the other thing. We got a bunch of guys that were banged up. You talk about Sheriff and Ivy and Cox and, Mark Herndon, guys that were banged up enough to maybe say, you know what, maybe not. And they are older guys. And yet, they did everything they could in practice. They played valuable plays in the game. I just think that really speaks volumes for this football team, and not only how much they care about the team, but about the Gators. And they all had excuses and reasons maybe not to play, and yet because of who they were and their makeup, they chose to play. And guys, I can't say enough about that. This was a game that I felt all three phases had a lot to do with our success. After throwing the first interception, on the over route, which they made an over alert, and we covered it during the week, and yet, it happened. We didn't panic, and I think the defense coming out and holding them to a field goal right there was huge. Sudden change, which was one of the things we talked about, winning sudden changes when we got here last year, and they did that. Offensively, taking control of the time of possession, keeping our defense off the field, and really those last two drives. I think we're a statement for our guys, and no doubt about it, guys, that was a good football team we played. They've got good personnel. And obviously, we all know what that game means to both people. And I felt really good about, how our guys approached it, how they played, and it was good to see. And I think it's something to build on. And that game's over. We learned a lot about ourselves and how to prepare, and we'll see how it carries over going into. I don't know how many of you guys have been to Arkansas for a game, so you kind of know the environment that they have created there. It's cool, and them running out of that hog pen, and Brett's done an outstanding job with that program, and what they've done as a program in November. Take a look at that. They have finished and really closed it every year that he's been there. And, for our guys going into that environment, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to our guys experiencing that. That's what playing at a place like Florida is all about, is those opportunities to go in and match yourself in an uncomfortable place. And it should be a lot of fun. They've got a heck of a ball squad, and they do a lot of things that give you troubles. Everybody points at, obviously what happened in the Auburn game. I think that was kind of an anomaly a little bit. It got out of hand. They became a little uncomfortable in what they had to do offensively, once they got thundered early, and took them out of their normal game. And so, but I will say this, they're physical, they understand what they want to do and how to do it. They're very sound on both sides of the football. And, for us, we've got to be right. And I'm looking forward to this week of preparation as we go into this game and take another step. That's really what it's all about. Take another step and an opportunity to define a little bit who we are and what we're all about. So I look at it as a definition. And that's really what it is. You know, talking about injuries, are you ready? You sure?
You got it.
Okay, good. Actually pretty good. You know, Herman's still banged up, but Colin Johnson is one that we'll have to, you know, relook at throughout the week, and he was doing some really good things for it, especially on special teams. So that's going to be, you know, something that we need to get an eye on. Jared Davis, obviously, you know, he felt okay, you know, after the game, which was good. You know, we've already talked about Cox and Ivy, and Goolsby is another guy who, you know, played some reps, you know, with a messed up hand, and that was good to see. Should get Justice Reed back, Khalid. Rest of these guys, I think, are going to be okay, and we'll kind of go from there. So.